All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of 20 to Midnight, the D&D stream, where three heroes have to race against the clock if they want to save the world. My name is Gabriel Urbina. I am the Dungeon Master here in 20 to Midnight.
And my name is Beth. I play Helena Hellstorm, a human fighter from the Veldrin Empire, and I'm coming to you live from London town.
And I am Emma Sherr-Ziarko. I am playing Cal, a tiefling sorcerer from Bas-Saranoth, where we just left. And I am coming to you from Santa Fe, New Mexico, the land of enchantment.
And my name is Mike Schubert. I am playing Satus and Kurtum, who is a human bard from Kelmultron, and I'm coming to you from New York City town.
Oh, yeah. Folks, this is going to be a special little episode of 20 to Midnight. Perhaps emphasis on the little, because we have just finished sort of a big arc. Our heroes have concluded their business in Bas-Saranoth and sailed into the sunset onto their next adventure, which means that this is going to be like a little interstitiary between adventures thing for our three players, which means that we're probably going to be wrapping up today in maybe about an hour and a half, around there. Like, it's going to be sort of like a nice little shorter 2-part episode while we sort of take care of some largely sort of moving and setting up for next things that are coming down the bend. And we'll be back with, I think, like our first, like, proper full-length, feature-length episode of Arc 3. The arc where all the heroes die. No, I'm kidding. We'll be coming back with that soon.
The question is, can Cal survive until she can die again?
Stay tuned. The answer may surprise you. But first of all, let's kind of do like a very fast previously on 20 to Midnight. What happened last time? Last time we had a very eventful episode.
We did. There was an auction, and it got intense, and there were flashbacks. Ooh.
We did time travel, kind of.
I love it.
Yeah,
narrative
it was
time
great.
travel, not
narrative, the best kind.
Narrative time travel. Yeah.
Right, and it's one of those. It's like my favorite episodes of television where you could just kind of go, "What happened?" Well, our heroes went to an auction, and then they won the auction, and then they left.
Yeah.
But also, like, beyond that, you guys sort of made a couple of, like, last-minute alliances. You settled up your sort of your criminal relationship with local acrobat turned cat burglar Sonia. You got sort of, a little bit of wheeling and dealing with the politics in the city. You met a new possible ally? ? In a pirate captain that ended up both giving you a chance to leave the city and sail on to Ammar, where your next adventure is going to be, as well as helping you out in the auction. And then, yes, at long last, despite some last-minute maneuvering and betrayal set up by your enemy, the Vintner, you were able to win the auction for the Sunset Loot, and Satus has now been empowered by this Void Piercer.
Yes.
So we are on our way. 2 down, 1 to go in the hilly, shory sands of Ammar, homeland of the elves in the campaign that we're using. So we're going to see what is up. You guys ready to get started? You guys want to roll some dice, play some Dungeons & Dragons?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Okay, let's just start with a casual. Can everybody roll me a d20, please?
Super casual.
Just casual d20.
I got an 8.
Ooh.
I got a 4.
One moment. I just realized that we need to do a little bit of technical housekeeping, because I believe that we do not have audio sharing enabled for our players.
Uh-oh. That was my fault. There we go. I believe you're good to go.
All right, so one moment as we do that. The world may fly for a second as my screen adjusts. Listeners and viewers, please bear with us as we just take care of this. How embarrassing.
Oh my God. It's like you can see behind the curtain.
Pay no attention.
Pay no attention.
Alrighty, so just to make sure that everything is as it should be there, if I now hit this button, Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I can hear it.
Excellent. Very good. Alrighty. Let's try that one more time. We're off to a good, solid start here on
Great
20 to Midnight
start.
today.
Great
yeah,
start.
we are.
Hey, we're playing 2 weeks in a row, so we're like a little overexcited. Yeah.
Overextended.
Yeah.
Can I have the results of that dice roll, please?
I got an 8.
Mike with an 8.
Emma with a 4.
Okay, big 4 for Emma.
Big 4.
I got a big 19.
Okay, a big 19 for Beth.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that means that with that 19, you are the first to wake up. As there's kind of this like sudden like jolting movement around you. You suspect that maybe a big wave hit the ship, or something as you are kind of jostled about. What would you like to do?
I want to look around. I want to see what's going on. I want to see everything. I want to look at the sea.
So there's no real immediate way to see the sea. That's an interesting sentence.
See the sea. Thanks, English.
Yes. Damn you and your homophones. But, like, because you are below decks, there's no sort of, like, windows or portholes directly where you are. You're kind of in this, like, enclosed area. What would you see around you? You would see the 2 sleeping bodies of your compatriots, sort of in, like, different parts of your room. You would see sort of the wooden door that leads to, like, the rest of the ship. You would see kind of the iron bars that are in front of you. And a couple, sort of like an empty food plate, a couple of just, like, the detritus of kind of, like, the living space that you had for a little bit.
Oh, it's we're on a boat.
Yep.
We're on a boat.
I'm excited. I want to wake people up.
Okay, so you go over to the other 2.
Yeah. I want people to play with.
Yeah.
Terrific. What do you do to wake them up?
Oh, I'm gonna shake them just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Like not in a
We have to make
disturbing way.
Constitution saving
No,
roll.
like not in a disturbing way. Like in
Yeah,
an
just a
excited
little-
way.
Just a little.
All right, yeah, I think that you can kind of like nudge them and give them some like, shakes to rouse them and kind of like get them back to the lands of consciousness.
Great. I'd do that.
Yep. So everyone is up and about now.
Oh, man.
What's up?
Sleepy.
It's the morning. We did it.
Is it
Great.
Christmas? What's
Yeah.
up?
Well, I feel a bit like it is.
What's
It's just very
Christmas?
exciting that we've survived, and
That is good, yeah.
I feel good about things. Do you guys feel good about things?
I'm going to
Feeling
take
good.
you up on a couple of things here, Beth. So it is not indeed Christmas if Christmas or an equivalent holiday is celebrated, to answer Mike's question. I just had a moment where I was kind of like, where are we in the calendar? Like, are we... Because I think that we said that we started kind of around...
Yeah, where's the Void Keeper at?
That's a question that we may have to return to in a moment.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And in general, while you are feeling somewhat okay, there is a little bit of a sense of dread that you can't quite place on all 3 of you. The metal thing around your left ankles are all uncomfortable.
Metal thing,
Oh,
huh?
Uh-oh. Are we chained to the beds?
No, you're not chained. But you do have a metal anklet bracelet thing that has been
Okay.
there for a little bit.
On
All right.
both ankles?
Just on your left leg.
Just
All
on
right,
the
so
left
like a house arresty type.
Yeah, I
ankle
think that
thing,
that's
I
a
would
good
assume.
mental image.
Yeah.
To sort of,
Okay.
like have on your head in your head.
Well, that's less exciting.
I don't love that. I was feeling good, if a little groggy, until I realized that thing is on my foot, and I don't like that.
Fair.
No. But you are all 3 properly awake now.
Do
All right.
we remember having those put on our foot?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
We do.
Shortly
We
after you
do.
were brought to this ship, they were put on your leg.
Okay. And we just agreed to it.
No, you, I suspect, fought quite hard, but they're there.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Actually,
Man.
roll me a d20, Emma. Just a straight d20.
Okay. Gah. 5.
You sort of remember finding the idea unpleasant, and then there's kind of like a fog that descends a little bit. And now it's there.
I don't like people messing with my mind and memory and stuff. It's not ideal. It's not great.
And as someone that's happened to quite a lot, it really isn't great.
Yeah.
How much leeway do we have?
Point of order, it has not happened a ton.
Yes.
No.
But I'm just, Razak getting in our heads and occasionally blacking out and, stuff like that. It's not my favorite.
The former is a little bit more debatable. You don't really have a lot of memories of blacking out.
Okay. Not a lot.
All right.
But still, this is unsettling.
So we're saying we vaguely remember these being put on, but we don't fully remember
Yeah,
what's happened.
I think that's about accurate.
Okay.
Okay.
How much movement do we have?
Call it maybe 15 feet from
Okay.
the sort of like back of this room that you're in to the point where like the metal bars start that keep you from getting to the
Okay.
door.
Okay. Huh. Still
I
none of
feel
us
like-
lockpick.
Yeah, where's a lockpick when you need one? Had all that time in Basaranath to pick up a lockpick, and I don't think I did. Well, I was really fond of that pirate queen lady. She
Yeah, she
really
helped us
did.
out.
She really did help us out, but
Yeah.
this
Could
is
at least.
less. Yeah, let's. I would like to have a discussion.
Agreed.
Yeah. Do we have our stuff with us? Is like our stuff?
You have
in this
nothing
room?
with you.
Oh, great. Cool. Awesome. I love being in this situation.
Can
The last
I
person.
have everyone roll another d20? Emma, can you roll with disadvantage, please?
Ooh,
sure
I got
can.
I got a 19.
All right.
Pick 19. I got a 19 too.
Oh, well then.
Again.
Not terrible with disadvantage. I got a 13.
Okay. Mike and Beth, you guys are fine. Emma, you're pretty hungry.
Oh, guys,
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to get hangry. I think.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. When's the last time we ate? Did we eat when we came here? I can't remember.
You were
I
fed.
don't
You were
either.
fed the previous night.
Okay. But it's been a hard week. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm getting there, but we could try to find some food.
Yeah. Still got some meat bits in my pack.
You
Oh no.
you do not.
I don't have any
Ah.
meat bits in my pack. I was saving them for Volt.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, we should get you some food somehow. I mean, there must be some food.
Yeah. Or some people somewhere who can maybe bring us some food.
Perhaps.
Hello? Anybody there?
Roll me a d20, Emma.
Okay. Gosh darn it. 5. Again. My dice hate me today.
1 second. Let me check on something here. Riveting stuff as I just quickly move through here. You hear, as you sort of cry out, you hear some voices from another room, saying something, but you aren't able to quite catch what is said.
Anybody hear that?
A little bit.
Can you hear what they're saying?
Mike and Beth, you guys can't quite distinguish what was said. No.
Nope, can't even say who's saying it.
Well, I'd like to go check out these metal bars.
Okay.
See.
Yep, you
see
can go up to the metal bars. There is a door in the middle of the metal bars that could be opened.
Okay. I would like to try to open it.
It is currently barred and locked.
It is barred and locked. Great. Should have asked Sonya for one of her hairpins.
Would have been nice, but
Not that would really help this situation, probably. But
yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
I could try to lightning grasp the door.
What would that do, like in a good case scenario? Just out of interest. Just because I don't understand magic, I'm just genuinely curious.
That's very diplomatically put, Helena.
A good case scenario, very good. Yes.
I guess a good case scenario would be I electrocute the metal so that it burns and melts.
Okay, cool.
And
that
we
sounds
could
great.
and we could go out.
Yeah, awesome, like it.
Let me just remind you, wooden ship.
Yeah, probably not the wisest.
And that Beth was awoken by a motion that feels very much like a wave crashing against the ship. So you are very likely somewhere in, the high seas.
Fire would be put out swiftly then.
You know what? Compelling point. Why? You do as you see fit.
Listen, if I get a little more hungry, I might have to try it, but I see reason.
Roll me another d20.
Me?
Yes, you, Emma.
Okay.
She can eat us.
11?
Yeah, you're getting pretty hungry.
Oh, man.
I feel like if we want to attract their attention, we could definitely be louder. Do we want to do that, or do we feel that they've taken such hostilities towards us that we should in any way be avoiding them, chaps? We need food, right?
Wait, I think we need food. I mean, I feel like this is mostly a precaution, right? They're not
hope so.
Right.
super hostile towards us yet. We have a pretty...
Yeah.
Hollering and banging?
Yeah.
I think polite, maybe just lots of hellos until someone comes by and pays us attention.
I can I can cast thaumaturgy to make my voice much louder.
Yeah, go with that.
Not necessarily hostile, just louder.
Sure, I like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'll cast thaumaturgy.
You absolutely will not.
Yeah.
You are running into a couple
magical
of problems.
room.
You do not know magic, and your mouth cannot make the sounds that are required for the thaumaturgy spell.
That is literally a huge part of my personality.
Well, right now your personality is mostly not being able to cast magic and being extremely hungry.
Let me try. Can Satus bust out an instrument and play an instrument?
Satus could. You at the present cannot.
What?
For starters, your claws at the bottom of your front legs are not enormously well shaped for playing an instrument.
Whoa!
We're not us, we're them.
We're the dinosaurs, the dragons, we're the dragons. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
All right.
God.
Oh, cool,
Oh my
cool,
God.
cool, cool, cool,
Oh
cool,
my
cool.
God.
That's why you're so
Fun.
hungry.
That's why I'm so hungry.
Okay.
Great.
If you, before we started, I pointed you guys towards some handouts. If you look at them now, you will find your character sheets for today's session.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
Look at this.
This is amazing.
I am a gold dragon. Yes. I love it.
God.
Oh, look.
Okay.
Class and stuff. This is great.
This is amazing.
Ooh,
Oh my God, I've got so much
fun.
strength. I've never had
Mm.
so much strength.
I know. Gosh. Wow. Yeah. Big ol' anti-Satus up in here. Yeah. That's fun.
They really complement us so well.
You do not have a lot of skills, I think, in many ways.
No.
Is
No.
a thing that you will need to reckon with.
This is incredible.
It really is. Oh,
Yes. Dragon
Yes.
adventure.
yes.
Very cool.
So, I think that perhaps now it may be time to talk about what you can recollect, because your minds are kind of hazy and you sort of are missing some details. But you can kind of make out a general arc of sort of, you remember being taken on board a ship, and you remember sort of being taken to a cell. And then you remember this very beautiful, kind woman that came and took out a scroll and cast a spell that took you to a different ship, which is where you are now. And while you've been here, again, sort of there is a little bit of like a fog in your brains that is making it all be kind of a blur. But like you remember a lot of that like very pretty, beautiful, kind woman coming by, feeding you. There's also 4 Dragonborn that come into your room here and check out how you're doing and sort of spend some time talking to you and teaching you a couple of things. And it's very odd because both like the kind woman and these 4 Dragonborn, everyone else seems to talk with their mouths. These people kind of just, you can hear them straight in your heads. Like they seem to be able to just kind of like speak to you directly, which is very comforting and just kind of like very endearing to them. And there's also a man in a black robe that has once a day been bringing you a very, very, very delicious bowl of soup. And that has kind of been the routine now for about at least 10 days, maybe a little bit more than that. And for a while, this ship was stationary, and in recent days, it has been moving again. And you've kind of like realized that like wherever you are, you seem to be going somewhere. And we're going to rule that this is going to be a little bit like Toy Story rules. You're all proficient in Draconic, which in the world of Keldoran is a lost language. So you can kind of communicate between yourselves. Even if like you cannot, and we're going to be doing this a little bit impressionistically, like, you know, like no need to kind of be playing by like Rugrats rules where you need to sort of be having like a 5-month-old's understanding of the world. But yeah, like feel free to communicate with one another. I think that trying to verbally communicate with someone else is going to take one fucking hell of a charisma check. But at least between the 3 of you, you can kind of like talk a little bit. And if you have sort of like any other questions or anything, I can try to fill in some of the details. But for now, you are kind of in this cell.
All right.
Wonder when the guy with the soup is coming.
I do like the guy with the soup.
He's really, really nice.
Yeah, soup. Do we have a sense of how long it's been, of how long it will be? Do I have a sense of how far off we are from a visit from Soup Guy?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Roll me a soup check.
Yeah.
Soup dragon, yes! Clanger's reference there. 9 is what I get.
For all you know, that man is dead. For all you know, that man is gone forever. You are very afraid
Poor
that
Soup
you
Guy.
have seen
Loved
the
Soup
last
Guy.
of Soup Guy.
Never coming back.
I think he'll come back.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's come back before.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every day we have this moment where we think he won't come back. And then he comes back.
Yeah?
So I think he's gonna come back.
I don't. I think this is it forever now.
No! Don't say that.
The door opens, and the very, very nice, beautiful woman that has been taking care of you comes in holding a tray of food. And you will sort of hear inside all of your heads, like, "Good morning, everyone. You know the drill. I'm going to need you to stand back as I enter the cage, please."
Okay.
She will
Well,
wave a hand over the lock, and you will hear a click as the bars open. And she will deposit the tray in the center of the room, and there are 3 plates on the tray. Beth, what does Blaze's plate contain?
So Blaze's plate contains a sort of wonderful mince type thing with lots of rare alpine herbs.
Excellent. Satus, what does Satus plate hold?
Avanzadas has like a baked dough circle with like a crushed tomatoes layer topped with just elegant melted dairy. And it's a bit raised on the outer edge and like a thicker, crispier, burning of the bread.
I like to imagine, quick parenthesis here, that like when one of the Dragonborns that can talk to you directly in your head communicated that this was the preferred dish to the onboard team that handles this, there was a lot of like, it's not that we don't believe you, but can you just double check? Just, are you really, really sure that this is... Okay, sure, we'll do it. We'll take care of it. All right, you got it. Just wanted to make sure. And Cal, Emma, what is in Volt's plate, which contains roughly twice as much food as the other 2 dragons?
Yeah, I think it is just meat. I think it is
correct.
just a pile of meat, and it's like a couple of different kinds of meat. There's like some raw meat, there's some like smoked meat, but it's just like looks like all the top, what they don't want to serve to people in the kitchen or something.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Yeah. So the kind woman deposits this in the center of the room, and then turns around and, closes the door again and holds her hand over the lock, and you hear another click. And she'll sort of go, "Bon appetit."
I don't know what that means, but I think it's time to eat.
I think that means eat time.
Yeah, you sort of get this like empathetic reaction in your head that just like makes it very clear that like, yes, now is the good eating time.
Yeah.
Should we, Vol, before you, should we save some of the food maybe?
For what?
Well, it's the only thing we sort of have at the moment. So for a plan that I have not yet made.
What kind of plan?
I don't know.
Oh, well, you are very smart. But I'm really hungry.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
I think that maybe now's a good time for you to do a charisma check, Beth, to see how compelling this might be.
Yeah, I get a 6.
Great. And Emma, why don't you roll a wisdom check? And I don't know the wisdom check. I don't know, what the wisdom check would tell you. I think we can leave that up to interpretation. But I'm very curious.
That is gonna be whopping 8.
Great. Yeah, I think that the combination of those two things results in Volt just thinking that this is absolute crazy talk.
Yeah. What plan? The plan is eat the food, don't feel hungry anymore.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the plan. I mean, it's been a lot of the same over and over. So maybe is the plan, Blaze, to try to make this feel less monotonous?
Yeah. Maybe.
Monotonous.
Sorry.
Maybe.
Can I?
I mean,
can I have everyone roll a quick perception check? I believe that is a skill that all three of you have.
oh, well, maybe not for me. I got a natural one.
Oh no!
Whoa! Bolt is. Sorry, go ahead.
I got a 21.
Oh wow! Okay.
I got a 23.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Cool. So as you're all having sort of this conversation in sort of your like growling, guttural, draconic, Blaze and Volt, you both sort of notice that the woman that just fed you is standing on the other side of the bars watching you. And she has kind of a very pleasant expression in her face that kind of stops right below her eyes. Her eyes are sort of in what you kind of recognize as a look of very sharp intelligence, kind of looking back and forth at you, and almost sort of clearly she can't understand you the way that none of the other three could understand you either, but she seems to be sort of piecing together something here.
It's weird.
That is weird. She is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
She is bringing us food, but that's suspicious.
At that moment, the door into the room will open again, and a green dragonborn that has what distinctive feature, Emma, besides the fact that they are a green dragonborn, and you don't just sort of see a lot of dragonborns in this world, dragons having been gone for so long?
Yes. I think being mostly green, but they have like basically what makes it look like they have gold eyeshadow on, like their scales are gold around their eyes.
Excellent.
And yeah.
So yes, so this man will walk into the room, or more accurately, he will float into the room, which is a thing that you have seen him do a lot. Rather than sort of walking, he seems to be levitating an inch or two off the ground and kind of just wafting into the room. You know that his name is Algrival. And as he sort of like walks in, you will sort of again inside your own head sort of hear his voice as he sort of goes, "And how are they today?" And the woman will sort of, glance at him and kind of projecting her voice into all of your minds will sort of go, "They're coming along today. They are expanding upon their communication with one another, I think. They're really coming to a rather sharp sense of the world. We'll need to see what 17 thinks of that, but I think that for today, you can do the lesson as planned." And the Green Dragonborn will nod and go, "Very well." And with that, the sort of kind woman will go, "That's all for now. I'll see you again at lunchtime. Enjoy your lessons. Goodbye." And she will waft out of the room.
I think Volt has eaten everything at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think so. I think that.
Yeah.
I think he may be kind of like perhaps
I think he's
gnawing
coming
on
over.
the plate.
Yeah, or coming over and trying to eat Avanzada's, dough pie thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, is Avanzada gonna stand for any of that guff?
Avanzada will oblige. What is the point of having a big dough tomato cheese disc, if not to share it amongst friends?
Thanks, Avanzada.
Of course. Now, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, what do we do?
So the Green Dragonborn.
We have food now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Green Dragonborn will turn to the three of you, and will sort of go. Today we're going to continue with our understandings of right and wrong, safety and danger. We need you. You are very important and very rare, and we need you to know when you need to protect yourselves and when you are amongst enemies. So, let us begin by honing in on your instincts. And he will reach into his sleeve and pull out 3 sort of like laminated cards, and he will put them down. He will kind of like reach through the bars and put them on the floor of the cell. And one has a flag that is red and orange with like a yellow sort of a triangular pattern rising from the center. Another one is solid sort of, like light blue with white lines going to the center where there's an image of a cresting sun. And the last one is sort of a green and darker green pattern with a tree in the center. And sort of this Green Dragonborn, Algrival, will sort of go, which of these is the symbol of your friends? Everybody roll me a quick intelligence check, please.
10.
Great.
I rolled a 12, and then my intelligence is +2.
Okay.
So would that make it a 14?
That would make it a 14, yes.
Cool.
I got a 3 + 1 for a 4.
Cool. Volt, the red one, looks the tastiest. So, like, the red one is, like, the tastiest looking one.
I think I go over there and start, like, trying to gnaw on the...
No, little one. It is not food. It is not food.
Sorry.
But Avanzada, you recognize the middle one, the sort of, like, blue one with the cresting sun in the center. You've seen it on the clothes that the kind woman sometimes wears. Sometimes either a cape that she has, or sort of like a strange little jangly metal thing that she wears around here has that symbol. So, like, you've seen that symbol on her. The other two you don't recognize. Blaze, these are all pretty interchangeable to you. But again, sort of like the Green Dragonborn will kind of, like, gesture at them and sort of go, pick one, which is the symbol of your friends.
I like this one. I'll point to the red-orange one. It looks tasty.
Okay. Tasty as it looks, maybe we try to pick one that is the right answer.
Yeah?
What is
Why?
that? What is that one?
I like the blue one. Kind of.
Blue is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
What
lot
are
of
the
blue.
What are the 3 choices again, Gabriel?
So there's kind of a, like, red and orange one with kind of triangular yellow patterns. There's kind of light blue with white stripes and a sun in the center. And there is sort of a various shades of green with a tree in the center.
Maybe I like the green one.
Various shades of green with tree sounds pretty good. I think
Yeah,
that
right?
feels like that could be the choice. It feels familiar in a way.
All right, so is that what we're doing?
That's Avanzada's vote.
As Avanzada goes, so do I.
Do we?
She
we have
jumps,
to
you
have
jump.
a-
Yeah.
I don't. Blaze is confused. I think I'm going to sit between two of them.
Yeah.
You sort of feel, for the first time, like the Green Dragonborn seems like a little bit, upset. And you sort of feel as his voice kind of grows like a little bit darker in your mind, Blaze, as it goes, you must choose. Choose one. You don't have to choose with the other two, but you have to choose.
Oh. Well, I do like that red one. So I think Volt moves away from Avanzada.
Amazing.
And goes over to the red one. Orangey red.
All right, so you're picking that one. Avanzada, are you sticking with the blue one?
Or the tree one. The green one.
You're going with the green one. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Beth, what are you doing?
The tree one.
Okay. So he will hold up what looks to be almost like a circular Rubik's Cube, like sort of this like very strange sphere with lots of strange moving pieces. And you will sort of like, it's strange because he doesn't really move it with his fingers. He sort of holds it up and the sphere levitates off his palm and kind of rearranges itself. And then he will close his palm around it. And the discomfort that you feel around the metal thing on your ankle bites down. And for just a moment, it's painful. Just for a moment, like it is sort of, it sort of goes from just discomfort to pain. And he will sort of go, I understand that this is painful, children, but you need to know the truth. And he will lift up the blue card and hold it up to the three of you and sort of go, this is the symbol of Soliana. When every other nation in the world sought out and hunted and destroyed the dragons, our ancestors, the Solanese were the only ones that stood up for them. They are the only ones that gave our people a home. They are the only ones that defend the still living Dragonborn to this day. And they're the only ones that will see you as creatures in your own right, instead of monsters to be hunted. These are your friends. And as he says this, you will sort of, there's kind of this like sense of something swirling around your head. Can I have a wisdom check from everyone?
14.
Cool.
10.
Cool.
17.
Cool. Avanzada, this makes so much fucking sense. It is just kind of like, yeah, totally, 100%. And he is saying it so confidently and so, like, truthfully, and so, yeah, let's go. Like, I want to drink this Kool-Aid. Blaze and Volt, there is, like, some part of your mind is fighting back against this a little bit. Like, there is sort of kind of a little bit of like, no, instinctually something feels wrong here, something seems odd, something is strange. Yeah, like we just don't kind of know. But yeah. And I think that like the next 2 or so hours go largely in this fashion, with this kind of like green dragonborn showing you various illustrations of various peoples and places and kind of asking you to largely on instinct choose which ones seem like friends and which ones seem like enemies. And when you pick things that are not Solanese, you sort of get like a little burst of pain in your anklet. And whenever you do pick things that are associated with the Solanese Navy, he sort of reaches into his pocket and takes out a bit of fish and feeds you. And this goes on for some time until a door opens and the man in the black robe walks in, holding a tray with 3 bubbling bowls of bright green soup. Delicious. It smells wonderful soup. And this sort of, like the Green Dragonborn will look at this man who has a series of tattoos on his bald head. Mike, what are the tattoos of? Like, what do the symbols on his head look like?
Oh, I think that they're like they're flames, but there are designs within the flames. Like you can see inside like other shapes, whether it's like maybe a scenic backdrop like of mountaintops, and then maybe another one it's like the face of someone that clearly was important to him.
Totally.
So it's like things within the things.
Awesome. Very good. And Agrival, who's been teaching you, using the term loosely, will sort of turn to look at him, and you will sort of hear, 17. And the black-robed man will go, "Good morning, Agrival. Here with their dose for today." And he actually speaks out loud. He speaks, sort of like into the air, as it were. And the green dragonborn will, similar to the way that the kind woman did, hold his hand over the lock, and it'll click, and the door will open, and sort of this black-robed man will deposit the tray into the middle of the room. And it smells so fucking good, you guys. It smells so delicious. And he will sort of like gesture at it and step back and then like close the door. Well, what are you waiting for? Go ahead. Go forth.
Do we hear that thing about a dose? And does that make sense to us?
Roll me an intelligence check. You hear it, like he says it out loud in front of you.
Okay.
I only got a 3.
I got a 5. Seems to be my number of the day.
Dose is synonymous with treat. You must have done very good during your training. You must have done very good during your class today.
Yeah.
Great. Soup
Okay,
time.
say no more.
Yeah, soup time. Soup time it is.
Soup time it is.
time.
It is delicious and nutritious and wonderful. And as you eat it, you feel this wonderful, warm feeling sort of spreading out through your mouth and all the way down into your body. And as every time that you've had this like amazing, wonderful, delicious, nutritious soup, you sort of feel a little bit as your body expands slightly and bulges upwards, and kind of you feel as it sort of like rearranges itself into a slightly more comfortable position, and you get a little bit taller and a little bit bigger. And you sort of, see the green dragonborn look at this black-robed man for a moment. And then the black-robed man turns to look at him and says, "They've had plenty of it by this point. I think that even if we stopped feeding it to them, they would be about the size of horses in about a week or so. If Razak wants them bigger than that, we'll need to keep it up for another 2 weeks or so. But I have plenty of the ingredients down in the hold, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem to have them battle fit soon. How's their psychological conditioning going?" And the green dragonborn stares at him. And after a moment, the man in the black robe nods. And sort of goes, "Very well. All right, well, I'm gonna go take care of a couple of other things below decks, but I'll see you. Have you heard what Razak has in store for them this afternoon?" Another pause, and then the man in the black robes nods and goes, "All right, well, we'll see how badly this goes and whether all 3 of them make it through it. I'll see you in the afternoon." And with that, he will leave out again. I think shortly after that, Agrival will kind of collect his stuff and nod and go, "That is enough for today. You all have done very well for the most part. Rest up for now. The afternoon will be something different." And with that, he sort of turns around and closes the door.
Well, I hope whatever Razak has in store for us is fun.
I hope so too. It could be, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. I wonder where those people are.
What people?
The ones who we were
Yeah, and
I
you're
think she's
having
my-
that is, I think, exactly the kind of reaction that she would be having, that Volt would be having, rather, Emma. Where
Yeah.
it is kind of a you vaguely remember it, but it's
Yeah.
kind of clouded and distant
Yeah.
and strange. And you have, and the more that you sort of try to get your hands around that thought, the slipperier it becomes.
Oh yeah, that's why I picked the green one. I was thinking of them, not these people. But I can't quite remember a lot about them.
I think one of them had a tail like us.
And
gave me-
instantly, your brain is like, was it a tail?
Was
Was
it
it
a tail?
wings? Was it a
can't-
beak?
I do remember there were treats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely remember treats.
But also a lot of time in a bag. And this one time
Yeah.
that she left you in a weird place and didn't tell you if they were going to come back. Quickly, that's what your brain sort of produces.
yeah.
Various, bad, bumpy moments is sort of
There were
the quick
onions.
association that you get.
Yeah.
Lots of onions.
I remember onions too.
Right.
Yeah. Huh.
Mm.
And there was a lady they left us with sometimes. She took, was it our blood? A scale? I can't remember.
That doesn't sound great. This is better than that.
No.
This is better than onions.
Yeah,
Blood.
it's true. This soup is so good. I feel great.
All right, on that note, why don't we take a quick break, and then we'll be back in about 5 or so minutes, and we'll see what the afternoon has in store for these 3 little guys. We'll see what happens. So we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you, everyone. We'll be right back.